Good Morning Football. Ian's got the latest on a lot of star names that is what we want to be hearing about on Thanksgiving. Odell Beckham Jr. plus Aaron Rodgers' thumb. What do we got?
I'm trying to recover from that last segment. I might need a minute. Those two are literally out of their minds. Let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. So when we have been discussing, I would say for the better part of the last month or maybe even more, the top free agent out there. And I think it's pretty safe to say that his likely destination is playing today. Go through a couple of the possible teams. First of all, the Dallas Cowboys. As we've known for more than a week now, he is expected to visit the Cowboys after Thanksgiving. My guess as of right now would be the Monday or Tuesday after Thanksgiving. A date has not been set. But that is the plan, to go see the Cowboys after Thanksgiving. Similar situation for the Giants. No visit date is set, but there has been a commitment from both sides to have Odell visit. And of course, guys, it's not just him checking out them. It's also them checking out him. The physical is extremely important here. Of course, he's coming back from a torn ACL. And then there's the Bills, and there's been a long flirtation between Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr., a long dialogue. I would not discount the Bills in this situation as well. Obviously, more on this as we get it. And then, Jamie, you mentioned Aaron Rodgers. If you guys watch him on the field, it is clear something's not right. Rodgers has not exactly been himself. He's missing throws he usually makes. Just could not quite figure out what's wrong. Well, thanks in part to a Make-A-Wish person, a Make-A-Wish kid named Big B, a big Packers fan, big in the Packers blogosphere. He tweeted earlier in the week that Rodgers told him during his Make-A-Wish weekend that he's got a broken thumb. Rodgers confirmed that yesterday, explaining that basically this is what he's been dealing with for a month. He said surgery is not on the table, but still trying to heal. So that certainly explains a lot for the Packers.
It absolutely does. Interesting take for him to keep this to himself, keep this within the locker room. Ian Rappaport, thank you so much. Reaction was really interesting. I know when I heard about this, read about it, listened to him talk about it yesterday in the locker room. Jay, take it a couple different angles for me here, please. Just what you've seen in his play, but then also your stance on how he handled the injury moving forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it, because I think when you first hear it, I saw the headline and I was just like, wow, it's kind of weird. It happened back in London. Why would he bring it up now? And then when you hear it, was just like, well, no, he said it to somebody, to a kid during a Make-A-Wish where he got a chance to meet this kid, and he tweeted it out. So now it's a topic, and he talked about it. And as I saw it, I'm like, well, credit to Aaron Rodgers. Like, this guy's playing through a thumb injury. He's a quarterback. He has to throw the ball with that hand, and obviously he's not the same out there. But he said he never considered surgery. He wants to be out there. He wants to be with his guys. He said, I guess obviously it's maybe not as bad as Dak's thumb, because he's able to play through it. It reminded me, my senior year in college, I ended up breaking my right ring finger. I'm a DB, though, so I don't, you know. I remember they made a cast for me that covered 4 fingers. I had surgery on Monday, played in that game on Saturday, and I remember getting an injection on each side of that finger. And I remember the following week, it was like, hey, Jay, come in Doc's office, we're going to give you another injection. I was like, hell no. Like, there's no way you're doing that to me again. The pain that you have to play through for it. So as I heard that yesterday, I'm just like, wow, like, this guy is playing through a tough injury. He's not complaining about it. He's going out there. He's not making excuses, and he's trying to show it for his teammates.
We had the great pleasure of having a wonderful dinner when we were in Munich with Kurt Warner and his wife, and he told his story about when he played for the St. Louis Rams and he broke his hand, then he came back, re-broke it, but he wanted to play through that. He wanted to play for his team. His hands now just look mangled. We're going to talk to Kurt later on in the show. But it was really, really interesting having that news come out yesterday. Makes you reframe everything you've heard from Aaron Rodgers over the last couple of weeks, what you did and did not hear from Matt LaFleur or his teammates upon that. But also, honestly, how well he has been playing in the last 2 weeks and making Christian Watson as good as he could possibly look in his rookie season. Yeah, for sure. There's so many guys that are doing what Aaron Rodgers does, that play through injuries, and you just figure out how to get through the season, because you don't want to miss that time. And then you see it when the season ends, that January time is just like, so-and-so's having surgery, this, that, and the third, because guys do whatever they can to go out there and play each and every week. I don't know. If he gets this thing right, it's just one of those teams. He's that guy that...
Saying Wilson's career with the Jets isn't over and that he needs a reset. Saleh adding they want him back on the field this season. Wilson has completed just 55.6% of his passes this season. Bears quarterback Justin Fields revealing Wednesday that he's dealing with a separated left shoulder and partially torn ligaments. Head coach Matt Eberflus saying his QB is day-to-day, but Fields saying the decision will be up to him if he plays Sunday against the Jets. In Arizona, quarterback Kyler Murray says he feels good and expects to start Sunday against the Chargers. Murray has missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. Head coach Cliff Kingsbury saying Murray looked good in Wednesday's walkthrough. And Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been placed on injured reserve after suffering a high ankle sprain in Sunday night's win over the Chargers. That will likely open the door for Peter's guy, Isaiah Pacheco, to get more work. So the stock is rising on Pacheco. Don't have any idea where Peter went, but I do know a couple of guys who are dialed in when it comes to stocks, bonds, hedge funds, crypto. They are my financial advisors. Although I haven't seen my dividend sheet in a long time, but look at this, a Thanksgiving treat. Jared and Trent, yes, out in the streets of New York.
Thank you, Will. Trent, it's funny. I was talking to her. She's like, I'm in St. Bart's for Thanksgiving.
Of course she is.
St. Bart's.
Of course she is.
I'm here. I'm on Wall Street. I'm Jared. This is my colleague, Trent.
New York, I'm thankful for being rich.
It's empty here. Everybody's in their athleisure work from home. We're at the office cranking and making money.
This country used to work. Where is everybody?
Now it's all everyone's in their Lululemon chilling out and having baking a sourdough. All right, here it is. I name you some teams. We talk about if we're in or out. Starting with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah!
Did I put all my money into Pets.com and lose it all? Yes.
So what?
Did I give all my money to Madoff? Of course. Did I go real big into Enron? Yes. FTX? You better believe I was in Bahamas with my friends having a little fun. Lost
Hey!
So why did I get in on the Vikings last week? I don't learn. I don't learn. And this is the thing with the Vikings. I've had this history of failure, and I just dive right in. They have a general manager who used to work on Wall Street. This guy, Kwesi, he used to work at Credit Suisse.
I love him.
You love him except for this. Except for this, Trent. He left a life on Wall Street to move to Minnesota.
He quit.
To Minnesota. I'm out. What a terrible life decision. I'm out.
Bye-bye.
Trent, are you in?
We're talking Vikings. Am I in on the Vikings? I don't know. Am I in the DMs of the entire cast of Euphoria? Yeah. Zendaya, yeah. Sure, you feel a little funny about Kirk Cousins today. Who among us hasn't felt a little funny about one of their cousins on Thanksgiving? I know I have. Sure, they had a bad day last week. So what? I once had to sell off both my East Coast yachts because I invested everything into HD DVD. It's about to bounce back, baby. I tell my clients, if you like me, you like the Vikings. They're from the Twin Cities. I like twins. Jefferson has great hands. I like to get handsy. And those Vikings helmets, they're just like your boy, those helmets. They're different, they're strong, and they're horny as hell. Skull Vikes, Skull Trent, buy 'em.
Hey, that's the Vikings. What about our team here?
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
and blue, the Giants. Last week, I was all in on the Giants going into the weekend. I had it all set. My buddies and I, we booked a private jet to Scottsdale. We're going in February. We're going to go to the Waste Management, hang out at the 16th hole, meet some Arizona State and Arizona
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
and then we were going to go to the Super Bowl and watch our team play.
Woo!
But guess what?
What happened?
They let me down. And now I feel burned. Look.
You're burned.
I'm burned. Look, I did have plans to speak on a panel with SBF.
You were on the panel?
I was on the
He's
panel.
always on the panel.
And everything was riding high. A week later, there's no more panel, there's no more Giants, and there's no more trip to Phoenix. I'm out. I'm staying here in New York. What about you?
You're staying in New York. Let me tell you something. Can I speak to my client? Can I speak to my client? Let me tell you a little bit about T-Rent. I am a very successful man. I am friends with multiple members of Alien Ant Farm. I mix my cranberry sauce with creatine. Do I think because I played polo with Elon in 02 it makes me better than you? No, I know it does. And I'm out on the Giants. Normally, sure, I swoop right in when things are down, when the bridesmaid's crying in the corner because Single Ladies is playing. That's when I gift her my room key. When I've lost 20 million in crypto that the government knows about over the span of 6 hours, that's when I re-up for another 50. But I'm out on Daniel Jones. The only Jones I put my money in is the Dow, tough guy. I can't tell my clients to invest in a dookie with the dukest face of all time. Again, Daniel Jones makes Christian Laettner look like he's in Wu-Tang Clan. And his receivers are more absentee than Jared at his last custody hearing. You say 7-3, I say Fugazi. There's more fake talent at MetLife than my ex-wife. Sell him. Go, Jared.
I'm a good dad. I'm a good dad.
You're all right.
I bought my kid all the NFTs on OpenSea you can even imagine. He's got them all. He's got more Bored Apes than anybody. All right, here's the deal. Thanksgiving. Am I in? Am I out? Naturally, I'm out. What do we do?